This is Haystack Help Radio on KLZ 560. Haystack Help Radio is powered by HaystackHelp.com. Finding help can be like finding a needle in a haystack. But with HaystackHelp.com, finding the needle just got easier. Now, Haystack Help Radio with Scott Watley on KLZ 560.
Good afternoon and welcome to Haystack Help Radio. Thank you so much for joining us today. A special edition of Your Money Matters, brought to you by our good friends at Affordable Interest Mortgage. And most time we have other guests, but every once in a while, Kurt likes to be on his own show. So how are you, sir?
I am doing just fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Man, what a little storm yesterday.
But I wouldn't call, well, for some of us it was a little, but for some people out in Lakewood, it wasn't little.
Wheat Ridge and then out at the mall there out west. Yeah. Wow.
I was watching that last night. It looked like there was no roof. It was just raining inside the mall.
And I've never seen, like, they had some car dealerships.
Yeah.
I think one was Prestige Auto, Porsche dealership. Wow.
A couple hundred cars got hurt there.
And it looked, there were just holes in the back windshields.
Yeah, like a baseball went through it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you would think
crazy.
that if the hail would have hit, it would have shattered it. But it looks like it hit with such force that it just blew right through the windshield.
Man.
I feel sorry for those people.
And they were saying around 3 p.m. a little bit later today, we could experience some more of that. So be careful. Get your car parked where it's safe, and be careful out there.
We still love Colorado. And
Colorado, absolutely.
You're used to this.
Rockies are getting to play a little extra game. Probably first pitch is about right now. And
and if you got time, you can probably get front row seats to that game because it's not scheduled.
Absolutely.
So if you can play hooky, go watch the game.
Yes, sir. But listen to us while you're there at the game. All right. About mortgages. Everybody wants to save all they can on their mortgage. And if your goal is to pay your mortgage off faster, we're going to talk a little bit about that today, get Kurt's idea on maybe what's forecasted here for the last several months of 2017. But let's talk about paying your mortgage off faster.
A lot of people are concerned about how they can pay it down. And some of my questions are, what is your purpose? Are you wanting to pay it off as fast as possible? Or are you wanting to build your equity to be in a more safe position? There's a lot of different ways that you can do that. Some people know that if you pay biweekly, you can probably save 3 to 6 years on your mortgage. But let's take a $300,000 mortgage at 4.25%, just as a round number.
Okay.
If you're close to that, and you throw $100 a month, just $100 a month on that payment that you're already making, and that gets applied to a principal, you take 43 months off, or you save over $63,000 at $100 a month. Now, your payment doesn't change.
Right.
But you saved $63,000 you didn't have to pay for your mortgage, and you own it in just over 25 years. So it doesn't take a lot, and there's several reasons for that. Some people are, in order to save money on their interest on their mortgage, they might refinance, but they don't go back to a 30-year. And when you refinance or when you buy a home, you don't have to automatically go to a 30-year. Sometimes if you look at a 20 or a 22 or a 23, you're going to get a better rate, and the payment is sustainable. And again, you're going to save $50,000, $60,000, $70,000.
And to me, again, that's where the benefit of sitting down with someone like you or at your office as brokers you're going to have a lot of different options that the so-called captive type banks or whatever maybe can't offer or don't even think about offering because you know what? Hey, it's not that big a deal to them. Yours is a customer service industry. You want to take care of people.
Well, this is the only thing I do is mortgages. And there's nothing about, captive banks that they do things, but it's an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
So they have it there to provide a service for those customers who want to use it, and that's fine. They're normally not competitive, and they don't try to figure out what's the best for the client. They're more interested in what's the best for them and how to keep that money in that bank.
Right.
My goal is to figure out how to get you exactly what you want, pay the least amount of money for it. Because with new regulations, as you know, Scott, I get paid the same. It doesn't change anymore. The regulation says I don't get to control my income. That's what happened back in 2007. That's all gone. So my goal is to try to take care of customers and save them the most amount of money as possible.
Right. Kurt Rogers is our guest, and he is the owner of Affordable Interest Mortgage. And each week we bring you Your Money Matters. can't think of where your money matters more than on a mortgage. And so if you've got any mortgage questions, we'll take your calls, 303-477-5600. Just one simple question. Why is there so much paperwork with a mortgage?
Well,
I mean,
the first thing I'll tell you, it's all part of the Paper Reduction Act.
oh, okay. That's good.
There's paperwork because basically what happened in 2007, 2008 with the mortgage meltdown. What happened was anybody could get a loan. If you put up a mirror and you could see yourself, okay, you get a loan. If you breathed on it, you were fine. If you had stated income, state whatever you want. As a janitor, you could buy anything you wanted. There were so many people out there that could, okay, I got $400,000 in the bank would count that as income and you could buy a home. A lot of that caused such a frenzy in the business that it drove home values up. So we started getting these inflated prices. And what the government was doing at that time and the stock market was doing at that time, they just kept feeding that elephant that was in the room. And it eventually came back and got us. They now have regulations, and they're not difficult regulations if you understand what they are, so you know what the bank wants. What the bank is looking for is, they call them the 4 C's, but it's pretty simple. They want to know that you have the ability to make the payment. Mm-hmm. In that comes income. They want to see that you've been working. Now, it doesn't have to be the same job for 2 years, but you have to have been working for the last 2 years. They want to know that income is consistent, W-2. It can be self-employed, but W-2 type income. They want to know if you got any bonus or overtime or commissions. They want to see those things. They want to see your assets. They want to know that you have a little bit of money in the bank. Normally, they want to see 60 days of bank statements. Other than that, and if you have any large deposits, if you're going up and gambling and you're making $5,000 a week, they want to know where the money comes from.
Right.
I mean, they just want to know, and that's all part of the law that came out for terrorism, it's the anti-money laundering law. Anything over this large compared to what you make, they want to trace it. Mm-hmm. Now, I'll be honest with you, for people in the marijuana industry, that becomes tough because they can't put money in the bank.
Right.
So it's where's that money coming from? So they have their own separate issues. They want proof of ID, whether it's driver's license or whether it's passport. They want to prove that you are who you say you are. You have to have insurance on your home when you buy it, because if not, they're going to give it to you, and forced-place insurance is always more expensive. And then they want to know through your credit history how you pay your bills. And a lot of people say, well, my score is this. Scores have a tendency to help you in some areas, but they look more at, they have a new thing out on your credit report called trended data. How do you pay your bills? When do you pay your bills? They're actually putting data in there areas. Are you paying it on the 5th? Are you paying it on the 18th? When are you paying it? How much of your payment are you paying? Are you paying all of it? Are you paying more? Are you paying less? Are you floating your credit cards? Those kind of things tell them what kind of risk you are. So the paperwork is just pretty basic stuff that you would want in any case.
Right.
But what's changed, and you're going to start to see a lot of this, we're going to go to a paperless society. We've started about a year and a half ago. I was copying anywhere from 20 to 25,000 sheets a month. I'm now done under 7. Mm-hmm. So wow. Because the paperwork isn't as necessary anymore to convey. You're going to see, we work with lenders that have a program called Blink. I don't need your paperwork. I need your driver's license. I need to know who your homeowner's insurance agent is. Other than that, I don't need anything, because you can go online and you can put in your bank account information like you do online banking. You can put in your social, and they'll get your income, and they'll get your bank statements. I don't need them. And I can have an answer in 15 minutes. It's all headed in that direction.
Now, would that be a pre-approval at that, something like that?
Okay, you jumped the gun, but that's exactly where it's going, especially for those folks that are trying to buy. When you go out to buy a home, you're looking at, you want to close that loan in 30 days. In order to have any power when you make your bid, that seller wants to know you're already approved. Through this process, they have designed it to where you go online, you fill out your basic application, put in your credit card or your bank statements, put in your income. It will run your credit, run it through what's called DU or Freddie Mac. They'll get you an approval. They'll know you make your income. You're approved. All they need is the appraisal on the house, and you're done.
Wow.
So now all of a sudden you can take a loan that could take 20 to 30 days, and you're cutting it down to 10, 11. And on a refinance, about 40% of the homes nowadays, because of appreciations, the banks aren't even asking for an appraisal anymore. They call them PIWs, property inspection waivers. They don't need them because they already know the value. So you don't even have to pay for an appraisal. It's done. And you can close a loan very quick. It's getting to the point, you're going to see this. We've got lenders that we talked to this morning. By the end of the year, you won't even have to go to a title company to close. You will sit down on your cell phone and e-sign your closing docs with the title person. It's coming today, and it's coming quick. We have lenders that are doing that.
Now, because we've been doing it the other way for so long, where you've got everybody in there, and sometimes things come up at closing,
it's going to eliminate a lot of that.
Eliminate all that.
There could be, for example, let's say you're W-2'd, but you get bonuses. They might ask for some documentation on the bonus, proof that you've been getting it for a couple of years. But if it's pretty straight up, you just sit down, go into the computer, do the application. I get with you. You send me a few documents like your driver's license, tell me who your homeowner's insurance agent is, and 10 days, 2 weeks later, we're e-signing. Now, that's not here yet.
Right.
But it's going to be here by the end of the year. Everything else is. But the e-sign the docs at the end of the loan, at the close, you don't have to travel. That half hour, 45 minutes to go to a closing and sit there and go through all. You're getting to the point you're not going to have to do that by the end of the year. So they're really trying to make it better. They understand, the people don't keep all this paperwork the way they want it.
Yeah.
They're able to find your income online and make it work.
Wow.
We're really
cool.
kind of looking. Now, it's not going to be for everybody.
Sure.
But it's going to be for quite a few people that saves them a lot of time. Realtors, we're dealing with realtors now. They said once that comes into place, let us know. Because they'll be able to make offers and say, we're closing in 2 weeks. So there's no if, come, maybe, wish that we're buying the home and not. We're done. It's going to be a completely different world by the end of 2017.
To reach Kurt Rogers and his team, 720-895-0500. AImortgage.net is their website. Again, if you've got any mortgage questions, we will take your calls, 303-477-5600. This is Haystack Help Radio and a special edition of Your Money Matters. We'll be right back.
What could you do with an extra $500, $1,000, or even $1,500 per month? How would that change things for you? Would you buy a new car, pay off bills, or just feel a bit more secure about your retirement? What if I told you there's a way to make your dreams a reality? I'm talking about trading and investing in the market. Now, before you say, oh, that's not for me, just hear me out. I want to invite you to a half-day trading course so you can check this out. I promise you, you'll go away smarter than when you came in. We here at Online Trading Academy sponsor this, and we'll even send you home with a free home study video guide. Your money's doing nothing for you in a CD or mutual fund. Learn how to profit when the market's up or down. Call us now while seats are still available at 303-325-2776. Use offer code Radio50. 303-325-2776. That's 303-325-2776.
Rates are still low. Save thousands and have lower payments. Take AIM, Affordable Interest Mortgage.
Whether you're refinancing or purchasing your new home, we have new loan programs that allow you to borrow up to 97% of value.
Stop paying $200, $300, $400 a month in mortgage insurance. Take AIM, 720-895-0500.
Purchase your next home with as little as 1% down with no mortgage insurance.
With our low rates, that means you can buy a $300,000 house with $3,000 down and payments less than you are paying for rent.
Call 720-895-0500 to find out why more Coloradans are using Affordable Interest Mortgage to refinance or purchase their next home.
We will listen to you, and we will personalize your loan to fit your lifestyle. We offer you a paperless loan process, a fast close, and up-to-date communication throughout the process.
720-895-0500. Take AIM as your local and trusted broker since 2001.
720-895-0500.
NMLS 298191. Regulated by DORA, Equal Credit Lender.
Don't fall for gimmick ads when choosing your insurance coverage. Group Insurance Analyst has been Colorado's insurance superstore since 1984, where customers can compare and shop for all of their insurance needs. At GIA Insurance, their brokers have no allegiance to any particular health, auto, or home insurance company. Take advantage of their experience, expertise, and exceptional client service. For your free quote, call today at 303-423-0162. That's 303-423-0162. Visit their website, e-gia.com, or stop by their office at 44th and Garrison Street in Wheat Ridge. Group Insurance Analyst is an official Haystack Help registered company.
Tired of walking into gun stores and seeing the same guns everywhere you go? Check out our sponsor, Old Steel Historical Firearms. Hi, this is Scott Watley of Sportsman of Colorado. At Old Steel, they specialize in the purchase and sale of historical firearms. Need to get your firearm collection appraised? They can help. Buy, sell, trade, and consignments are welcome at Old Steel. Open 10 to 6, Monday through Saturday. Old Steel Historical Firearms is located at 12 East Girard Avenue in Inglewood. That's just 2 blocks north of Hamden off Broadway. Now you can own a piece of history at Old Steel Historical Firearms. Call 720-662-7252. That's 720-662-7252. Check out their website, oldsteelguns.com.
Well, we did it now. Hi, Dan Johnson from Lynn Lyle Chevrolet, and we received a special allocation of over 600 new Chevrolets, and we're out of room. So to relieve our problem, check these deals out. A 2017 Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 for up to $11,000 off MSRP, or lease a 2017 Chevy Cruze for only $199 a month, sign and drive, or a 2017 Chevrolet Equinox for up to $6,000 off MSRP. Go east and pay the lease. Lynn Lyle Chevrolet, I-225 in East Colfax, or on the web at lynnlylechevy.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Rush to Reason with John Rush. Weekdays from 3 to 7 on KLZ 560.
Welcome back to Haystack Help Radio in a special edition of Your Money Matters. My name is Scott Watley, along with Kurt Rogers, owner of Portable Interest Mortgage. We will take your mortgage questions here, 303-477-5600. Kurt just brought up an interesting thing. We're going to talk a little bit more about Blink. And this is going to allow you to input info and get an approval quickly. So now, this isn't just they don't go to www.blink and just do it without you. So talk about what you need.
Well, if they're interested in getting pre-approved, it's good for 90 days. They can give me a call. I can send them the Blink link.
Blink.
The Blink link. They can go on, they can fill it out. It's very secure. The only person it comes to is me. And they can put in their basic information, their bank account information, their income. Once I have it, and I'm talking within a short period of time, I will have an approval. Be done. Now, if there's any questions, I can call them up and get the answers. And then it just sits there. Whenever they're ready, if they have an agent or anything, I've already got the basic information I need for that pre-approval letter, not a pre-qual letter.
Right.
We're talking a pre-approval letter. And that's what your agent wants when they go to the close. I mean, I've got a couple customers been looking, and every time they go out, there's anywhere from 7 to 12 people making bids on these homes. And some of them are going out without the pre-approval letter, and they're not getting the homes. I'm saying you need the pre-approval letter. Mm-hmm. And normally you need more letters with that, but because the market is so tough, Blink allows you to get that and then say, okay, I'm good. So I've got a couple people sitting in my Blink file that are just, now they get to go find a home.
Wow, that's cool. Now, let's talk about some different people. Let's talk about self-employed people, because that's always seemed to be an issue, because most of us, and I say us, self-employed, you try to take all the right tax advantages you can where, you don't end up paying a lot of taxes, but then it may look like you make 30 or 40 grand a year, but yet you were able to pay all your bills through the year, all the different things like that, but you take all the right deductions. So are we hurting ourselves by maybe doing that, applying for a mortgage by taking all those deductions? Or
well, I think the way that the regulations are set up, it's making it more difficult to get that standard loan. There for a while, I mean, right after the mortgage meltdown, nobody wanted to do self-employed. It was really bad. But the lenders have learned that, if the federal government says that you can have these tax breaks like you talk about, the way you run your business, because you're paying so much taxes, your income might go down. There's still ways to work around that. I have lenders that will actually, they're actually better than some of my Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac lenders. They'll go to 50% debt to income ratio. They'll use 24-month bank statements, whether they're personal or business or a combination of the two, and they'll count that as your income. Now, when you hear that, sometimes you'll hear that they say, well, we won't count all of it because you got this, this, and this. The lenders that I'm using right now, whatever is you're depositing, they will count 99% of it unless it's a bill that's being paid over here that is actually the business bill. But they're going to count that money. And I've got 3 customers within the last 2 weeks that have been able to go to self-employed and get approved for a loan and get their cash out. They'll go cash out up to 80% on a self-employed person. So there's a lot of benefits that are out there now, and they don't care if your credit score is 620, 650. So, yeah, a lot of things have changed for the self-employed borrower.
First-time buyers. What's out there now?
We don't have enough time to go through everything
Really?
on first-time buyers. But you bring up a good point. First-time home buyers normally would go out and buy that starter home. That's not the case you're seeing much anymore. Why? Well, in Denver, there's not a lot of starter homes. You're not seeing them. And the people that a lot of the millennials are making, $50, $80, $100,000 a year, they're not going to go out and buy a $150,000 house or $200,000 condo. That's a starter home. They're not going to do that.
Right.
They want to jump right up to the $400,000 or $500,000, and they've never owned a home before. But there's programs for them. We have loan programs. We have down payment assistance, and down payment assistance works great to where all you have to do is bring $1,000. But we have other programs to where you can either put 3% down or 5% down, and in some cases, if you qualify, 1% down. And here's the best part: no mortgage insurance, and it's not an FHA loan. And you do not have to pay back the other 2% that the bank's paying for you. I have a lender that the normal requirement is 3% down. They will pick up 2% of it and let you come with 1%. And unlike other lenders, it's not a silent second to where you have to pay it back. They just pay it for you to put you in the loan. And there's no prepayment penalty because they're trying to help first-time home buyers.
Sure.
Because those are the folks that are buying the $350,000 to $400,000 properties and paying less for those than they're paying in rent. So there's a lot of good programs like that out there now.
And another great advantage for dealing with affordable interest mortgage is your choice of lenders. You've got a bunch of them.
And I'm constantly looking for others that can help out in case one of them decides that they want to get out of a market. So, I have plenty. I have well over 11 lenders that I deal with all the time that I have a good relationship that if you have a scenario, you tell it to me and I'll find out where the home is for you. And I'll normally find more than one lender that will do it. So you have options.
Refinancing. When does it make sense? So what questions, if I call your office and I go, hey, Kurt, thinking about refinancing, heard you on the radio, what are the next questions from you?
Well, refinancing normally if there's a cost to the loan, and there's always going to be a cost. Like I said at the beginning, we don't charge any fees. You're going to have an appraisal unless you can get a waiver. You're going to have title fees, and they can run anywhere from $800 to maybe $1,400, and you're going to have escrows. So when I talk cost, I'm talking a nominal figure. So what you want to look at is, what am I saving? How much money am I saving? How long is it going to take me to recoup that? Mm-hmm. Now, in most refinances, you will skip at least 2 payments. So let's say you refinance and close this month. You wouldn't make your May payment. You wouldn't make your June payment. Your first payment would be in July. So you get to save that kind of money. But what am I adding to my loan, or what am I bringing in the closing cost to the loan? Well, if I'm saving $50 a month, it's going to take me a longer period than if I'm saving $100. Some people will tell you that you don't refinance unless you save 1%. Okay. I wrote some numbers down, so it's not that cookie cutter that it works like this all the time. Let's say you have a $150,000 loan and you're paying 4.25%. Well, if you drop that, and that payment's about $737. If you drop that payment to 3.25%, your payment's going to go down $85. But if you've been paying on that loan for 4 years, over the next 26 years, you're going to pay $230,000. By dropping the rate a full percentage point and paying $85 less a month and refinancing it for the 30 years, you're going to pay $235. So lowering it a percent costs you $5,000. So on a lower dollar loan, 1% is not enough.
Right.
You need more than that to make it work. Now let's take that same customer on $300,000. That payment's $1,520. Well, if you drop the rate a half a point, that payment goes to $1,432. And in that loan, I'm going to save over $80,000 even at the term, because of what I'm saving in the rate. And a lot of people don't see it that way. So it's not always saving the 1%. It's how much money am I going to save for the time frame I'm going to own the home. Now, most people don't keep their home 30 years. Most. Now,
Sure.
Scott, you're different, but
Yeah, no, I probably won't either. Wow.
yeah, because after a period of time, things start to change. Your family gets bigger.
Sure.
You get a job change, you get a promotion, and that house doesn't fit what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Or I have a lot of kids, and now all of a sudden they're gone. I need a smaller house. So when you think about a loan, thinking about 30 years, am I really going to keep it? So when you refinance, questions I'll ask is, what are you thinking? 5, 7, 10 years, are you going to keep it? Here's what you can save in that period of time. While it doesn't go into your bank account directly, I try to explain any money you can save in interest at the bank is real money. It's not paper money.
No, absolutely.
A lot of people look at that. It's real money.
And when you look at, if I understood you right, you said $300,000 mortgage, $231,000 in interest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Now, and let's talk about that. A lot of folks don't understand what compound interest is on a mortgage. When you look at a mortgage, and we'll take that $300,000 mortgage, of that payment, which is $1,475 at 4.25%, $1,062 of that is interest for the first month. So 2/3 of your payment is paying interest.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. The bank needs to make money. But when we talk about compound interest, what it means is after you made your first payment, they reduce your principal by roughly $413. They re-amortize the loan for 29 years and 11 months. So the next month, your interest is $1,061.94. So you saved 56 cents in interest. Then they do it again.
Right.
The third month, your interest is $1,059.57. Because they re-amortize the loan every month, you're paying the majority of your interest in the first 7 years. And over 80% of the people will either refinance or move within the first 7 years of their mortgage. So the best time to attack your mortgage is at the beginning, because that's where it's re-amortizing and costing you the most.
And really puts the emphasis on critical to sit down with someone that has your best interest at heart, meaning the client as well, to get that right loan in the beginning.
Yeah, understand where the money is that you're paying.
Right.
We're the only country in the world that does this. We're the only country in the world that does 30-year fixed mortgages like this. Nobody else does them. Why? Well, it works really well here, and I know a lot of you have it, and it's a great loan. But there are other ways to not pay all this money to the bank and keep it yourself and still build your equity. Like I said, one of them is paying an extra $100 a month or pay biweekly. All of a sudden, you're going to cut them years off so you're not paying all this. There are ways. Make one extra payment a year on a $300,000 loan. You're going to cut 7 years and 9 months off your mortgage by one extra payment a year, because you're paying that all towards principal. So when they re-amortize it, you're paying less interest. Mm-hmm. And less interest means that's your money.
Sure.
A lot of people don't see it that way.
And that's why we have the show. Your Money Matters. Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500.
Are you buying your first home? Or are you right-sizing or downsizing for lower maintenance or a lock-and-leave lifestyle? This is Pamela Meyer of Denver Home Navigators with Keller Williams. I can help you discover and reach those goals. This is more than just real estate. It's about your life and your dreams. Call me today for your free consultation at 303-506-0106. At Denver Home Navigators, we help map your course. It's all about you. Call me now at 303-506-0106 or visit my website at denverhomenavigators.com. I'm Pamela Meyer, the exclusive agent for Haystack Help Radio, and I look forward to talking with you soon.
Did you know that each and every day, 21 United States veterans commit suicide? Last year, active duty suicides surpassed the number of combat deaths. When soldiers come home, it is a huge adjustment, and they're often plagued with disabilities, such as immobility, PTSD, or a traumatic brain injury. You can help by donating to Freedom Service Dogs. This nonprofit rescues dogs from local shelters and trains them to become service dogs for these heroes. Help give back to those who have given so much. Donate now at freedomservicedogs.org.
At Lone Tree Veterinary Medical Center, we believe that all pets deserve to have a good life. And because we know that your pet will have many different needs throughout its life, we offer complete pet care services every day, all at one location. Whether your furry friend needs a checkup, advanced medical care, surgery, boarding, grooming, obedience training, food, care products, or toys, we are here for your pet 7 days a week. At Lone Tree Veterinary Medical Center, we know that you want the very best for your pet, which is why you can count on us to provide top-notch care in everything we do. We are certified with the highest rankings by the American Animal Hospital Association and hold a gold star rating with the Better Business Bureau. You and your pet can visit us Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are located at 8681 East Lincoln Avenue in Lone Tree. Learn more about us by visiting our website at lonetreevet.com or just give us a call at 303-708-8050.
This is Scott Watley from my friends at Rampart Firearms in Sedalia. This is a great store, family owned and operated. They buy, sell, trade, and consign firearms. You will find a great selection of new and pre-owned handguns, shotguns, and rifles. If you can't find the gun you want, Rampart Firearms will special order your gun at no extra cost. Found a gun on the internet? Rampart Firearms will do one firearm transfer and the background check for only $10 if you mention Sportsman of Colorado. Rampart Firearms, 720-468-0050. That's 720-468-0050. Located at Highway 67 in Santa Fe in Sedalia. Rampart Firearms open 7 days a week. 720-468-0050.
Denver's Afternoon Rush. Rush to Reason is coming up at 3. Now, back to Haystack Help Radio.
And we are back. You're listening to Haystack Help Radio, special edition of Your Money Matters. Kurt Rogers is with us, Affordable Interest Mortgage. Check out their website, aimortgage.net. Once again, that phone number, 720-895-0500. Maybe you're thinking about buying a home for the first time. Maybe you're thinking about refinancing. You don't really know who to call, who you can trust. I'm telling you who you can trust. Trust the guy I have for many, many years, and a great, great group of folks there. Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. And Kurt, one thing I've always appreciated about, one of the many things, but, I've presented you some challenges over the years with a few folks, which you probably got a few gray hairs over, but I don't know what's wood in here in the studio, but you've always been able to come through. And sometimes, I remember one very vividly, and probably so do you, that was that, the last second things, but you never give up. You keep working it. And again, sometimes there's things out of your control, out of everybody's control.
Correct.
Just doesn't happen. But it's great because, boy, those people have become customers for life now and got their loyalty.
Well, people do things the right way, but they don't do them the way the banks look at it, doing the right way. The way they put money in the bank, the way they spend the money, the way they do things, that's the way they do things. But it doesn't fit that little window of opportunity that the lenders are telling you. So when I'm talking to you, I got to, I can get this done, but I got to work the right lender and make it look this way over here. And sometimes that takes work. And sometimes it takes longer work than I want it to take. But and you know me well enough to know that when I'm here when you ask me to help you, that you own me. I'm going to do everything I can to make it work. I'm not going to give up.
Yep, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit more about this compound interest and, you're buying a home, in time you'll outgrow the home. Let's talk a little bit more about that.
Well, when you're looking at a home, let's say you're buying your first time home and you want to figure out a way to save money. Let's seriously look at, and I'm going to say the word ARMs, and some people think that's a negative. Well, ARMs today are not even close to the way they were back in 2007. In 2007, you could get into a 3-year ARM with a 5-year prepay. So even if the rates went up and you decided you want to refinance, you still got a prepay that was normally 5 times what your loan amount was. Well, that didn't make any sense. All of that stuff's illegal. ARMs today can only go up 1% per year for the life of the loan to a maximum cap of 5% above the start rate. So if you start at 3, the most you can go to is 8. If I'm, for example, let's say we're looking at a 7-year ARM compared to a 30-year fixed. On a 30-year fixed, we talked about being at 4 1/4. On a 7-year ARM, you're going to be around 3.75. Well, that's a payment of $1,368 versus $1,475. And here's the best thing about an ARM. At the end of 7 years, your payoff is $9,000 less. The reason is you're paying less interest because your rate's better, plus the money that you saved to get there. So in 7 years, you've saved over $13,000. And you've lived in the same home. And like I said at the break, about 80% of the people either refinance or move within 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you want a 30-year and give away an extra $13,000? It's not for everybody. An ARM might not be for you, but it might be for you. It's something to look at and consider, how would that work? Those are just some examples of how do I save money on my mortgage and still protect myself.
Now, can people still shop? I mean, I talk about this with our insurance broker. Can people still shop mortgage stuff and just do things on the internet? And the reason why I ask you that, because if that's possible, there's no one to sit across the desk, counsel me through this. And if you try to get some information just off the internet and have a preconceived notion that's best for you without somebody like you asking questions, you may make a mistake.
I think the internet's a great source of information. It can help.
Right.
If my customers want to go online and say, well, over here they're telling me this and over here they're telling me that I have no problem with that because they can't false advertise. You need to read the fine print sometimes. But your loan might be different. What you qualify for might be better. I hear lenders say we offer every loan available. No, they don't.
They offer every loan they have available.
That's right. They don't offer every loan available. Some of your brick and mortars, they have a very limited supply. When you're online, a lot of those people are not sitting in Colorado. They're sitting who knows where. Do they really know Colorado? Do they understand how you live and work and do things in the state to where they can sell you to the bank? That's not normally the case. And I don't have a problem with online. We have online services. But you need to have a person that, if things get really bad or you got a problem, you can get a car and drive up and talk to me face to face and say, I don't like what you're doing to me.
Right.
Because a mortgage is a big investment. We talked about this $300,000 loan. You're going to pay $231,000 in interest. That's a lot of money coming out of my pocket for that mortgage. I need to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. And that's all we ask. That's what our job is, to show you options that fit what you're looking for, not what I'm looking for. Because whether you take an ARM or you take a 30-year fixed or 15, I get paid the same.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to you.
I know what I'm going to make. My job's to find what works for you. Why? Because then you're going to come back. Absolutely. And you're going to send your friends.
So let me ask you this. Is it smart? Everybody wants to own a home. But is it smart to own your home free and clear in today's economy?
My first answer is yes, but. Okay, there's always a but that goes with this. If you can own your home free and clear, it's going to remove a lot of stress in your life. You're not going to have that mortgage payment. But I guess my first question I'd ask you, Scott, is if you had $300,000 in cash, would you put it in the bank or put it in the pillow?
I make just about as much underneath my pillow as I do in a bank.
But a bank is probably,
a bank,
you're probably going to put it in the bank. Why? Because you're going to get some rate of return.
Sure.
How much rate of return are you getting in the equity on your home? If you own your house free and clear, what's the rate of return on that $300,000 house? 0.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying you need to borrow the money and put it in the bank. What I'm saying is, if you can pay off your home, that's wonderful. But you need to have access to the equity of your home. And don't wait till it's too late.
Right.
I see so many people that they might owe $50,000 on a $500,000 house, but now all of a sudden they got medical bills and they can't work, so they can't qualify to get a loan to pay their medical bills. So guess what happens? The bank comes in and takes their home. Why would you do that? If you have the ability to have the cash when you need it, take the cash out, pay the bills. Speed bump of life comes along, the water heater goes out. If you're not making any money and you're unemployed, how do you pay for it?
Right.
Children have issues. Certain things can pop up. So that when those speed bumps come up, I firmly believe you need to be able to touch that equity. Now, that kind of leads to that loan we talked about, which is the asset manager. I think that loan is wonderful if you understand the concept. It's not for everybody. If you're not disciplined with your money, that is not your loan. And what I mean by discipline is every time you realize you got $20,000, $30,000 in equity that you can take, you go out and buy a Harley or buy new furniture. This is not your loan. This loan's designed to pay off your home in half the time without changing one penny of your spending habits. But, here's that but again, it now allows you to access your equity when you need it for 30 years. And you never have to get another loan. You're never late. This loan is so good that since 1999, there's only been one person that's foreclosed. There were 13 million people that foreclosed in 07 and 08. One in this loan. Why? Because when the speed bumps of life come up, they can grab the cash, make the payment, then pay it off at a later time. Wow. It just, I firmly believe that I've seen too many older folks or people your age, I won't call you old, you're 50, 55, that need to access your money. Yeah. They need to access their money. How do they do it? You have to go get a loan. Well, what if you're unemployed? Mm-hmm. What if you got in an accident and you can't work and you got no money coming in? Remember, we talked about you got to be able to prove income. Well, if you can't prove income, how do you get a loan? If you have the loan already and you have no balance on it, it's not costing you anything, but it's available when you need it. So the first answer is yes, I think paying off your home is as important now as it's ever been. But not being able to tap the equity when you need it, I think is very dangerous.
Kurt Rogers is our guest. Affordable Interest Mortgage is the company. Once again, their number is 720-895-0500. Folks, this is a free consultation, whether it's by phone, whether you want to make an appointment and go in and see Kurt himself or one of his team members there. And by the way, really any kind of mortgage you need. If you need just a regular mortgage, refinance, a reverse mortgage, really, truly, and that's why I say it's your one-stop shop for all your mortgage needs. 720-895-0500. This is Your Money Matters. When we come back, we're going to talk about maybe some of you folks out there that may be interested in purchasing investment property, and what are some of the questions you should ask right here on Your Money Matters.
If you have just been in an accident, there is a lot going on. With the screeching tires, crunching metal, and breaking glass, it's hard to remember what to do. That's why Kevin Flesh of Flesh Law wants you to remember to panic. No, he doesn't mean run around screaming or start hyperventilating. He means use the acronym PANIC to remember what to do. P is for police. Call the police immediately. It's very important to have an official record of what happened. A is assess, as in assess all of your injuries and seek medical care if necessary. N is for never admit fault. It's your job to take care of yourself, not to determine who is at fault. I is for insurance. Take pictures of the other person's insurance and ID info and get pictures of the accident if you can. And finally, C is for call Kevin Flesh. Kevin Flesh is more than just a name used to intimidate the insurance companies. He will help you. If you've been injured in an accident, call Flesh Law at 303-806-8886 for a free consultation, and he'll help you get the compensation that you deserve.
Rates are still low. Save thousands and have lower payments. Take AIM, Affordable Interest Mortgage.
Whether you're refinancing or purchasing your new home, we have new loan programs that allow you to borrow up to 97% of value.
Stop paying $200, $300, $400 a month in mortgage insurance. Take AIM, 720-895-0500.
Purchase your next home with as little as 1% down with no mortgage insurance.
With our low rates, that means you can buy a $300,000 house with $3,000 down and payments less than you are paying for rent.
Call 720-895-0500 to find out why more Coloradans are using Affordable Interest Mortgage to refinance or purchase their next home.
We will listen to you, and we will personalize your loan to fit your lifestyle. We offer you a paperless loan process, a fast close, and up-to-date communication throughout the process.
720-895-0500. Take AIM as your local and trusted broker since 2001.
720-895-0500.
NMLS 298191. Regulated by DORA, Equal Credit Lender.
Stack Optical creates their own lenses in their own shop, so you're getting exactly what you need for your eyes without having to wait for weeks to get your eyeglasses. They have a huge selection, lots of different colors, lots of different styles that look great, including the option of rimless glasses, which basically look like you're not wearing glasses at all. They're really cool. This is Marie Christine at KLZ. I visited Stack Optical and was very happy with my eyeglasses. They look great. I can see better. I didn't have to wait for them to order my lenses from somewhere else. Visit Stack Optical on Cherry Creek North Drive in Denver. Mention Haystack Help Radio and get their $69 eye exam. It's a great deal. Stack Optical in Denver.
If you're looking for great deals on outdoor equipment and clothing, we've got you covered. Hi, this is Bill Paddock, owner of the Outdoorsman's Attic, your outdoor gear consignment headquarters. You'll save 20, 30, 40, even 50% on previously owned outdoor gear for the fisherman, hunter, and camper. We also sell live bait, firearms, and ammo. If you're doing a little spring cleaning, bring in your gear to the Outdoorsman's Attic. We'll sell it for you and put cash in your pocket. You can also pick up your hunting and fishing licenses right here at the store. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor gear needs is the Outdoorsman's Attic, located at 2650 West Hampton Avenue in Sheridan, Colorado. 303-781-3626. That's 303-781-3626. Or visit us online at outdoorsmansattic.com. Mention Sportsman's of Colorado and receive 20% off all your outdoor clothing.
Hi, Dan Johnson, General Manager at Len Lyle Chevrolet. You know, I hear it all the time. If you give me a good enough deal, I'll buy your vehicle. So here it is. A 2017 Crew Cab 4x4 loaded for up to $11,000 off MSRP. Or how about a 2017 Chevy Cruze, sign and drive lease for only $199 a month? Heck, that's cheaper than a used car. And we'll pay top dollar for your trade-in. So go east and pay the lease. Len Lyle Chevrolet, I-225 in East Colfax, or on the web at lenlylechevy.com. Chevy, find new roads.
No boring sports talk here. Rush to Reason, Denver's Afternoon Rush. Weekdays from 3 to 7 on KLZ.
Welcome back to Haystack Help Radio and a special edition of Your Money Matters. We're here each week with our good friend Kurt Rogers, and normally we have a guest in a lot of different financial areas of life. But today we are talking about mortgages, one of our biggest financial areas that we ever deal with. And once again, looking for people you can trust and will steer you the right way and take great care of you. I promise you. Call Kurt, 720-895-0500. Their website, aimortgage.net. Now, I mentioned before the break, maybe some folks out there, the economy's pretty good right now, purchasing some investment property. So, Kurt, somebody calls you and says, hey, thinking about some investment properties. What's next for you?
Actually, investment properties right now are doing very well in Denver simply because there's so many people moving in.
Right.
You have to have people to rent from. Now, the problem is finding the units, but they're actually out there. There's a lot of building going on. But if somebody's looking at buying an investment, I normally ask them, what are the reasons? Because there's normally two reasons why you buy an investment property. First one is you buy it and you want to kind of fix it up, and then you want to sell it for quickly for a short-term profit. And that profit should be, in my opinion, anywhere between 20 and 25% of what you got in it. Otherwise, you're going to be wasting your money because something unexpected will come up.
And you can just about bet that, right? Maybe too unexpected.
That's right. Because let's say you buy a $150,000 property or a $200,000 property, and you're going to fix it, and you're going to spend $20,000 to fix it. You don't want to make $20,000. The risk is way too great. You want to make $40,000, $50,000 on that property to make it work. The other reason you buy investment property is for cash flow. Again, I have many clients. I have one client who has 36 rentals. That's all he does is he takes care of his rentals. He owns about 27 of them free and clear. He's financed the rest. And then he takes that money. Then he'll go out and buy more. He'll finance them for a while. Then he'll pay them off. But it works well for him. I have a bunch of clients that have anywhere between 8 and 10. And they started with one, and it's just a process, and it works for them. But there's key things to look at when you're doing it. If you're going to buy it and you want to keep it, you want the cash flow, again, to be around 25%. Now, I use that number because I have rentals. I've used them in the past. But Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, which does loans, if you got a $1,000 payment, they're only going to count $750 of that for your income, because they know there's going to be a month probably comes along that you're not going to get rent or that you're going to spend money. So they're not going to count all the income. So if they're not, there's a reason, because there's a history behind that. And from being an investment owner, 25%, I think 30% is better, is what you need to be able to make on the property. So in this case, if you're renting it for $1,500, your mortgage payment should be no higher than $11,000. because you want $400 available to you at all times every month so you can put it away. So those are some of the questions I have. But what I'm starting to see now is there's some really shrewd buyers out there that are going out and they're buying duplexes. And they're taking the duplex and they're living in one side. Now, when you say duplex to some people, they think of a 1,000-square-foot duplex.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking those kind of duplexes. These folks are buying $500,000 duplexes. And they're 2,000 square feet on one side and then 2,000 on the other. So when they buy it, one side's the primary. Well, guess what? Because it's attached, they get the rate of a primary loan instead of an investment loan. And normally at that point, they're collecting enough rent to where their rent payment or what they're paying for the portion of the mortgage might be $500 to $700 on a $500,000 property. They don't have to put as much money down. Gotcha. They get a better rate. So you're starting to see that. The builders already know it because they're building these duplexes for that to happen. It's kind of a new way to get into the investment. And then in a year from now or 2 years from now, they'll then turn around and they'll go do it again and turn that one unit that was their primary into an investment and then go out and do it over here. So it's a way of maybe building up. There's ways to do that if you do it intelligently.
Mm-hmm. Wow. A few minutes left here. I want to hit something because I think, there's a lot of people out there that, over the, since 2008 and a lot of things, sometimes had some credit blips and the credit scores went down and all. And we've done some great credit shows here, if I say so myself.
Yes, we have.
Educating people on credit and all that. But for those folks that may be, 620, 630, 640, possible hope.
Very much possible hope. Lenders have lowered some of the requirement for credit scores, but moving a credit score 20, 30, 40 points is normally not that difficult. I sit with people. I'm not a company that does credit repair. I just tell you from experience what I've seen. When I pull your credit, I'm able to find out ways to move your score. It'll tell me I can move it 40 points, and then it will tell me how we can do that. I have many customers that are in the process now, moving their score up to a 680 or 700 because it saves them $5,000 to $7,000 because they get a better rate. There's ways to do that. If you have credit, the easiest thing to do is make your payments on time. If you're doing that, that's a start. The second thing is credit cards, and I've said this many times before in the show. If you have a credit card and that limits $2,000, try to keep what you owe on it less than $1,000. If you can't, before you charge more, call the credit card company and ask them to raise it $500 or $1,000. Then you can get to go to 15, and you're still in the same percentage.
Ratio.
You want to be ratio at about 40%. You don't have to always pay it down. You can ask to have it raised. Now, I'm not one of those people that am fond of credit card debt, but it's very helpful to move your credit score and give you credit, especially if you have none. Right. Paying your bills on time is one. Closing credit cards is going to hurt you because if you have an open credit card and you haven't used it, it's much better than if you close it because you kill the average life expectancy.
Right.
So those things have a tendency to matter in your credit score.
Once again, your one-stop shop for all your mortgage needs. You can tell just after a few minutes, but especially after 60 minutes, Kurt knows what he's talking about, and he can help you. 720-895-0500, 720-895-0500. Your disclosure, sir.
Okay. Affordable Interest Mortgage, 7400 East Arapahoe Road, Suite 109, Centennial, Colorado. We are regulated by the Division of Real Estate. Our NMLS number is 298191. For the reference that I used on the $300,000 loan at those payments, I'm looking at a 740 credit score, 75% loan to value, 4.25% interest rate, 4.327 APR, and a 43% debt to income ratio.
Thank you very much, sir.
No problem.
And thank you for joining us today for Haystack Help Radio and Your Money Matters. Be sure and check out our website, haystackhelp.com. There you'll find a lot of great folks to do business with. The help box is right there. You can send us an email if you have a question or problem. Hope you have a great day. Stay safe. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
The
views and opinions expressed on KLZ 560 are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Crawford Broadcasting, the station, management, employees, associates, or advertisers. KLZ 560 is a Crawford Broadcasting God and Country station.